welcome to this video. My name's Jo Yoga. Welcome if you are new here. Please like and subscribe and let's connect. So today I'm sharing 4 ways that can really help your mental health if you are susceptible to any kind of depression or anxiety or anything like that. There are 4 things. I nearly said easy then. They're not always easy, but these are 4 little tips that will really help. The first one is daylight. You need to get as much daylight into your eyes and into your brain as possible. The more daylight your eyes receive and the more it works with the synapses in the brain, releasing that lovely serotonin, that really good, happy feeling. So you need to get as much daylight as possible. I personally suffer with SAD, seasonal affective disorder, and that means that because my brain doesn't get enough daylight through the winter months, then I get very, very low. It's like a grey cloud over me, and yeah, my mood really, really changes and I really struggle and become very tearful. And so I don't wear sunglasses from about mid-November until early March, because whatever daylight there is, I want to get it in my eyes and I want to have my eyes open as much as possible and get as much daylight. Be near a window. If it's not good to go outside, look outside, look out through a window. If you're in an office where there isn't a lot of daylight, you can get light lamps as well, so that will really help with getting those light receptors into the eyes activated. So get as much daylight as you can. It's good to try and get out within like half an hour of waking up in the day, even if it's just standing in your garden and just taking in a little bit of daylight. But daylight will really, really help to keep the right chemicals being produced in your brain and help with that mental health. The second thing is feeling what you are feeling. So if you're feeling low, and I'm saying this with the absolute fullest, deepest of love, if you're feeling low, your emotions are a little bit, not comfortable, feel it anyway. Because when you really feel into the emotions, it begins to create space around them. And you recognize that they are a feeling that are stimulated by a thought. So feel what you're feeling and accept it, and either journal it out or talk it out. Okay, so don't fight what you're feeling. When you're feeling low, don't fight it. There's nothing wrong with it. Accept that it's happening and really feel into those emotions. Give them space, let them do what they need to do. You have to feel through every emotion for it to be released. I always say feeling is healing. So if you are feeling it, then you are processing that emotion and you're moving it through. If you're fighting it and trying to just carry on as normal, it's going to show up in other ways. It's got to get itself out there. So feel your emotions and work through them. And like I say, you can journal it out, you can talk it out, whatever you need to do, but accept those emotions, feel them and go along with them, and you will find that within time they will begin to lift and you'll begin to gain control over them. The more you try and fight them, the more they will control you. Accept them, feel them, process them, then release them. The third thing is movement. Now this really helps with processing these emotions that we talked about in point number 2. Now, obviously, I'm a yoga teacher, so for me, yoga's a great way of doing it. But however you move your body will work for you, whether it's dancing, whether it's running, whether it's walking, Pilates, yoga, a sport that you might do, netball, football, basketball. Move the body. The reason I say this is because you're an energetic being, and every single thing you experience, everything you go through in your life, is held as a memory in the body. And if it's a low memory or a low vibe feeling, it can become like a knot. And you want to move that out of the body. You want to shift it, you want to release it, and that's what movement does. That's why you feel so good if you have a dance around, or if you do a yoga class, or if you go for a run, or if you go for a lovely walk. Because you've moved your body, you've activated all of this wonderful system that then moves those stagnant energies out the body. It kind of downloads it and it makes space ready for your next thing, whatever that may be. So movement, whatever movement is good for you is good. Yeah, so just move. And the last thing, and I am not one for saying don't do this, don't do that, but do look at what stimulants you put into your body. For example, alcohol and caffeine. Now, I'm not saying stop. What I'm saying is recognize that these can have an effect. I know that if I drink wine, it makes me sad. It makes me low. Not while I'm drinking the wine, I feel great. But afterwards, it doesn't feel so good. And I'm very aware of that now. So just be aware of what stimulants you're putting into your body, and just try maybe having, instead of 3 cups of coffee a day, just for a little while, bring it down to 2, then bring it down to 1, and just try and notice how you're feeling. Notice the effect that they may be having on you. Same with alcohol. I never say cut things out. I never say stop anything. If you feel like having something, you have it, okay? This is your life, and I'm not about don't do this, don't do that. But what I am about is doing what's best for you in any given moment. So I'd say just test it, just see. Cut down on certain stimulants, take a note of how you're feeling, and if it has a positive effect, maybe you might want to explore that a little bit more. But definitely be aware, and always remember that when it comes to your mental health, you can take control, you can take charge, and it only has to be small little movements or small little things that you bring into the day that can have a huge effect. Huge. If you want to work more closely with me on things like this, and things like bringing in more movement into your life, more meditation, more yoga, and just living more of a whole, full life, then reach out to me. You can contact me via my website, or you can comment on this video here and I will reach out to you. So let's do this together. Let's look after our mental health, and let's live a full, whole and happy life. I'll see you next time.